gone through. So I think it's going to be a great matchup, but the Ontario Warriors, I think they're ready for the test.
And I'm glad that you used the exact term hungry, Travis, because that's exactly what their head coach was. Just a few minutes ago, Aaron Eckert jumping on with us right now. And, Coach, you said you need a little bit of time before you could join us because you had to get a little early lunch in your diet plan. So what'd you just snack on? What were you eating?
Oh, the healthy option of McDonald's.
Yes.
Yeah, well, our Adam Thompson also walked in with a biggie bag and then a drink. So what's your go-to when you hit up the Golden Arches?
Oh, a quarter pounder with cheese. That's just old staple.
Yeah, congratulations on being able to get a burger this early. Well, I thought they were still serving up some of those hot cakes and the sausage links at this time. So you must be a special guy here, Aaron, and probably because you won the MOAC championship. Congratulations on that. First time in a long time. I mean, I was just a year out of high school the last time that the Warriors did this, so that puts a little bit of perspective.
I was a junior.
I got a high school-age kid now. So just tell me about that win over Highland. What would you like most about what you've seen from your kids?
I think that the win against Highland just was a kind of a summation of our season. We started off pretty well. We actually got a fumble inside the 5 on a kickoff, so we score, and then they just kind of take the ball down the field and ended up being 7-6, and we go down and get a field goal, and they actually take the lead for a minute, and then right before half, we go down and BP threw an absolute dime to Landon Foltz in the corner of the end zone. So, for us, it was kind of a back and forth early on, and then I think as the second half went on, we were able to come out and start the third quarter hot and get up a couple scores, and then didn't look back in a game that just rainy, windy, just not ideal conditions, but really glad we were playing on turf that night.
Yeah, clearly you guys have moved on. You got a nice win in Week 10, but have you had a chance to really digest the loss to Shelby, given just how wild that ending was?
Yeah, we talked about it, and it's one of those things, just in life, you get to move on from. And so, it sucked. It wasn't anything that we were, hoping, expecting, wanting. But, as an athlete and as a person, and hopefully, these guys are, fathers and family men at some point in their lives, or, whatever they choose to do. But there's going to be disappointment, and there's going to be times where you just have to come back and then play the next play, or, continue to move on. So, we talked quite a bit about it, and hopefully, I think we got by it. I think we're, it's not something you can get over overnight, but we tried a lot last week to get through it and talk through it. And I think we're in a good spot now.
And I know, every team wants to go undefeated throughout the year, but after that loss, is that a good learning experience? Is that something to say, hey, you guys, you can, if you don't play a good game, lose it right before the playoffs? Is that something that, kind of a wake-up call to say, hey, we need to take care of ourselves throughout each and every game?
Yeah, there's plenty of learning opportunities in that game, and it's one of those things that we've got to do a better job in game. We had plenty of opportunities to make plays at the end of the game on both sides of the ball to pull out the W, even with all the mistakes we made during the game. But it was a good learning experience for us. Kind of, I think, maybe grounded us a little bit, and hopefully it'll help us make a playoff run here.
And, we can't talk enough about your quarterback, Bogdan Miller, what he can do. Adam and I were getting together some video last night, and he just he's not your typical build for a quarterback. He's like a skinnier version, but he seems like he can do anything still. Just elaborate a little bit more on your signal caller out there, because he is just phenomenal.
Yeah, he might be skinny, but he look wirier out there, Coach. He probably packs a little bit of a punch in those small bones.
Yeah, he's not that, small. I know he looks small. He's 175, 180 pounds. He's not a tiny kid. So, he's finished runs this year great for us. You'll see him lower his shoulder into people. Obviously as a coach, you're like, oh, no. And then, but the kid's a competitor, man. He wants to win. He probably took that loss to Shelby harder than anybody. So, you can't say enough good things about him, because kid would be in all conference. He could be a running back. He could be an all-conference defensive end if he wanted to be. And will do at some point. So, we're very lucky to have him, and he's a great kid. He's taking all college classes. Not only is he a great athlete, but he's a good student, or a great student. He's a high character kid. So, you just can't say enough good things about the young man.
All right, Coach, let's go ahead. Let's rip off the Band-Aid. Let's talk about Week 11 last year. Did not really go your way. Shutout on the road. How is this team better than what you had last year going into the postseason?
I think we're a year more experienced. A lot of these guys played last year, and, we lost some really good players from last year's team. But, this is a new team, new feeling, and we've got a ton of older guys, and now they can say they've been there, and they kind of know what to expect. And it's also nice to be able to host a playoff game rather than go on the road. And so, I think we're looking forward to just that experience and taking from last year what we learned, the extra weeks of practice, and applying that to this year as we move forward with Lutheran West this week.
Well, in this stadium, definitely one of those special environments, I think, here in North Central Ohio. So we'll be looking forward to coming over there, getting some coverage for you and your boys, Coach, and expecting a lot of fireworks there, lighting up that big jumbotron that you guys have. I'm expecting a lot of points in this one.
Well, we'll try.
You've been trying and succeeding pretty much all year, Coach. 9-1. Hey, congratulations on an awesome regular season and continued success here as you dive into Week 11. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys.